Are you aware that Tinubu and his APC supporters, his ministers, his spokespersons, the ones you thought maybe they know anything but they don't, they have one answer to every question. Obi can never be the president. Obi can never be the president. Okay, what is the solution to insecurity in Nigeria? Obi can never be the president. What is the solution to the economic crisis? Obi can never be the president. What is the solution to electricity, the grid decay and all the rest of? Obi can never be the president. All of them. The question is, people are asking you guys some questions. Can you bring solution to the problem we are having today? Obi cannot be the president. Obi is running from pillar to post. Obi is this. Obi is that. Obi. People are asking, what is the solution? Can you tell your man that Nigeria is not working? Instead of gaslighting people, instead of your propaganda, instead of paying billions of naira for people to wash your dirty linen abroad, instead of your disarray, instead of your inability to unite Nigeria, instead of being presidential, you are busy. Obi cannot be president. Obi cannot this. At some point in almost all the television stations, almost all of them, they are asking them, can you have a decent argument and stop mentioning Obi? Can you just say something, just one thing without mentioning Obi? None of them have anything to offer because Tinubu knows something many Nigerians don't know. It's only Tinubu that knows what Obi scored last election, and few men that are very close to him, like Femi Gbajabiamila, Bayo Ononuga, Felix Mwaka, and all the rest of them. They know what Obi scored. They know that the number they gave to him was allocated. They allocated to Atiku. They allocated to Tinubu himself. They made it look like Obi won in Lagos State. They made it look like Obi won in Katsina. Those things were micromanaged by Yakubu. Yes, those things were so that people will be convinced that if Obi won in Lagos, if Obi won in Katsina, if Obi won in Nasarawa and all the rest of them, that means the result is genuine. Wow, the result was doctored. The Lagos State result was doctored. Katsina State result was doctored. Nasarawa State, the result was doctored. All the results, the one in River State was doctored. All the results you guys are seeing is not, was not what Obi scored. Obi won a landslide. When I mean landslide, Obi won like, so what you are seeing now will be more than what Obi got in 2023, because Nigerians are ready now. People trusted Yakubu because of his beavers, and people trusted him, so they were like, yeah, he's not gonna, until the last minute when the whole thing stopped working, because they saw it that people were massively voting for Obi, and they were like, oh no, we can't continue like this, and they paused it. Unfortunately, before Buhari will understand what was happening, it was late. So because Buhari never wanted Tinubu. Yes, he never wanted Tinubu. He wanted to stop him by all means. By all means. Yeah, quote me. Buhari wanted to stop him by all means. Unfortunately, you know the story. So they don't have any solution to anything. They don't have answer to anything. They don't have anything. You ask them, Obi cannot be president. Anything you ask them, Mumu, and even online, they'll be, Mumu, you are this, Mumu, you are that, Mumu, you are, okay, thank you, I am a Mumu. What is the solution to the electricity problem in Nigeria? We need solution. What is the solution? And that person will be moping at you. Even the most intelligent person in his cabinet. You see that they don't have anything to offer. The only thing they know how to do is calling people names. That's why Obi. If you are somebody that is bringing some ideas on how do we move from where we are now to a better Nigeria, they will start to attack you. All of them will be attacking you everywhere. Attacking me is not the problem. I am asking you what is the solution, and you are attacking me. Why? Bring the solution. Convince people that this is what your principal did in 3 years.
Chief Bola Tinubu will have to decide whether he wants to be the president of Nigeria or he wants to be the chairman of NURTW. If he wants to be the president of the country, we are a country governed with the constitution, and there is a clause that makes it your responsibility to protect life and property. If he wants to be NURTW chairman, he can go and contest with his boy Oluomo so that they can have the factional chairmanship. If you want to implement motopark politics and recklessness, Nigerians must not allow this level of recklessness and rascality to be brought into governance. Everybody must resist it. What exactly is the courage? On what performance is Tinubu requesting for a second term? On what record? What effrontery? Insecurity in Nigeria today. Nigeria is the 5th most terrorized nation in the world. Nigeria is the world's headquarters for maternal mortality. We have more than 130 persons living in extreme and multi-dimensional poverty. Today, Nigeria has become so corrupt that we can afford to hand over contracts of a coastal highway of over 15 trillion to a friend of the president who, by the way, is a convicted money launderer in the USA. In fact, the president took the 2nd highest national honors in Nigeria quietly to France to award to Gilbert Shogori, GCON, a title reserved for our vice president, the senate president, and the speaker, to give to in a private ceremony without even the National Assembly or the knowledge of the Nigerian state. That is where Nigeria is today. Under Tinubu, we do not know the level and the extent to which there is criminality in the country's budget. In 2025, according to the Minister for Health, over 200 billion budgeted for capital expenditure for the Ministry of Health. Less than 40 million was released for capital expenditure. Meaning in Nigeria today, we have more renewed hopelessness campaign buses than we have Federal Ministry of Health emergency ambulances. A senator came out and said in 2023, 24, and 25, the budgets are not implemented, that the money is stolen. And Tinubu has the nerves to be going around the country talking about campaign. That is, we have a president. Tinubu has too many titles to be this irresponsible and to be this level of failure. You alone, you are Jagaban. You are supposed to be master strategist. You are supposed to be Ashiwaju. You are supposed to be, on the mandate. You are supposed to be the head of city boys. Imagine a Jagaban who cannot provide security. Imagine if Nigerian terrorists and, criminals knew that there was a Jagaban in office. Under Jagaban, terrorists are holding stakeholder meeting in Katsina, and the terms and conditions are put in place by the terrorists. Under Jagaban, we have Nigerian government paying ransom, and the Kebbi state government is telling you that who ordered troops out of the school in Maga before they were kidnapped. Jagaban cannot tell you. Under Jagaban went to Plateau State where people were killed. Who is supposed to be head of City Boy? City Boy reached city, could not enter the city, stayed at the airport. They bring somebody whose only son had died to come and meet with Jagaban in the airport. Uncle Victor, this one na Jaga. The ban don't cut. What we have today in Nigeria is a sacrilege. The Tinubu handling of security in this country is a scandal. That is why today you will have terrorists in this country who will make phone calls, receive alert on their phones. Terrorists in the bush are treated with medical, professionals, but somehow the government does not know where they are. In Nigeria, when they kidnap 100 people, government go behind doors and pay ransom and will come and put up a statement and tell you that we discovered them as per lost but found. That is where Nigeria is. That even in Abuja, the FCT, they kidnap people in the country's capital. But guess what? In the words of Professor Wole Soyinka, the son of the president, Seyi Tinubu, was seen with a security entourage and convoy that Professor Wole Soyinka, not me, who by the way is a friend to the president, had to call people around the presidency and say, what is going on? What kind of security is this? Do you know what Wole Soyinka said? Prof said, When Tinubu sent Nigerian military to go and restore democratic order in Benin Republic, it was not necessary to send Nigerian military. That the security he saw with the president's son is enough to restore and carry out that assignment in Benin Republic. That is what we are talking about. Outright criminality and rascality in Nigeria. That's why Obi's statements will continue to ring a bell. If you are not stealing as a president or a leader, your wife is not stealing, your children are not stealing, you have reduced corruption by 50%. When you have an entire family parasiting on the commonwealth of the people, how do you move forward? Collecting contracts. You know how much Nigeria has spent on forex travel for the wife of the president. In 2023, within the space of 3 months, we spent over 700 million. Directly taken from the State House account. We are budgeting money for SUV for office of First Lady. The president's son is there. The daughter is Iyaloja, Iyalode, Babaloja. That is Nigeria. Tinubu's presidency is like going for a black market Friday shopping. Buy one, get 3 free. Father is giving you incompetence and failure in leadership. Son is running around sharing rice with city campaign. The wife is taking forex and traveling to Angola. The daughter is installing Babaloja in Benin. That is Nigeria under Tinubu. And people are dying. People are in custody. As we are talking now. Kidnappers will flog you, put it on TikTok. DSS do not know where they are. But make I talk one thing about government now. They will trace me.
In the light of performance, what we've seen in the last 3 years now, Prof, what exactly is the APC trying to hide? That they do not want the president to come out, to be interrogated, even within themselves, the APC, to say, okay, yeah, what are you going to do differently in the second term and all of that? What are they trying to hide?
A lot of things. I mean, from the outset, we all Nigerians, we let this nonsense happen. There's the forgery. We don't have anybody that will say we went to the same primary school or secondary school or even university with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The papers he presented were forged. We allowed that to happen. Shouldn't have gone through that. All he needed was secondary school. It didn't happen. The drug issue, it's real. He paid dearly, heavily for the courts to hide this from coming. You forfeited over 400,000 drug-related money, and this is a person we're electing as president. The Americans know that is why the American government has little or no respect for our president, because they know any leader that comes to the Oval Office to see the president of the United States, he must have his absolutely, he must have his full see what is he know. So they know, so they see you. And the FBI know, the DA, the DEA, they all know. They all have your records. So these are records before he came. And all his associates too. Some of them are fugitives, right? And then his stewardship. 3 years, what have we seen? What we have seen in these 3 years is nothing but a corruption-ridden, hardships inflicting, tribalistic, nepotistic, and state capturing government. We've seen nothing. Say no more after this. So they don't want to interrogate that before they, alright. But we're going to do that on the campaign trail. We're going to see how anybody will sell him. They can all cover in their party. And they've given him the ticket because they have no choice. They're all complicit in this heist we are seeing in this country. But it's our right, it's our privilege, a constitutionally guaranteed right to question all of this, and that we will do. We will do.
If there was, if the president is subjected through, to proper scrutiny, primaries, and all of that, and questions are asked about his state of health. Yeah, health could be personal, but then when you become a leader, it's no longer personal or private, it becomes a public issue that the public needs to know, So, the APC says that their constitution allows them to waive whatever, but at the public not, don't we have a right to know exactly what is going on?
Right, and to be fair to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team, he's not the first one to be hiding their health. During Erado's time, they were not open. During Buhari's time, they were not open to Nigerians about the health of our president, right? And then Bola Ahmed Tinubu will look at you and say, well, late President Erado and late President Muhammadu Buhari, their records were not put to scrutiny. Why do you want to? But you don't have to be a doctor to see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu I as a physician, I look at you now, I as a physician, everybody looks at him. What we see as doctors, he's older than the 73 years he says he is. Absolutely.
He's older than 73?
Absolutely. He should be 84, 85.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You can't hide age.
You can tell that by me.
You can't, yeah, absolutely. You can't look at me and say I'm in my 30s or 40s. No. So we look at him, he's older than the 73 years he says he is, absolutely.
Wow.
I have an older brother, my eldest brother is 74, 75. He definitely looks much, much healthier than our president. So our president is ducking his age. He's not 73. I had 10, 12 years more.
Really?
You can see that, absolutely. You can see that. And look at the way he is. You see him, you see his, look at what happened in Turkey. He didn't trip. Look at the way he's walking. You cannot hide age. I mean, look, age, we all age, and it is an honor and privilege that's not given to many.
Exactly.
Right? And health. Anybody can be sick. Anybody can be sick. And he's not the first president that came into that office with health challenges. Presidents in the United States, vice president in the United States, they came with health issues. President Kennedy came with health issues, and you could see when he needed some boost and when you see that. But anyway, they want to hide that it's personal, but you are our property now, citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yeah, and that once every so often he goes to France for tuning up. You could see, and when he comes by, you could see him all. We wish him well. We wish him good health. All we're asking, he should be a better president than he is. We honestly are wishing him good health and prosperity. What we need is an honest leader. We are not seeing that in him. What we need is a compassionate leader. We are not seeing that in him. What we need is a leader that stands for what is right. We are not seeing that in him. And he has only 1 year to tidy up before he leaves Aso Rock in 2027.
Hi, welcome back. There is one thing that would make you to know a failed state and a failed tenor, because any tenor that you would ask, or any tenor you ask about the work that they are doing and they are pointing finger at another person, those people have failed woefully. That is how we know people that failed. During the time of Buhari, this is the same way we knew how he failed woefully, because he was after the activists rather than the job he's been given to focus on. He was focusing on the activists. They are telling truth to his face. That is the same thing this Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing today. Because his own, when you ask him about what he has done for the masses for the 3 years he's been there, what he will tell you is, Obi will never be this and that. You know, anybody who can defend this regime of Bola Tinubu today is not a human. It is only people that are inhuman and only people who don't even see what the rest of the masses are saying that will come out to defend this government. This government is beyond what someone else would come out to try to defend. You cannot. There is no way you can defend it. That's why some persons like Fan Kayode and many other guys are deaf and dumb and also cannot talk anytime they are on the television again, because this is beyond what they can defend. Those people are just mentioned their name are people that are intelligent naturally. They know some things and they understand things, but when it comes to defending of this government, there is no way, because it is beyond the power and there is no way you can confuse anybody. Most of them have downgraded their own level down just because of this government, just because of what is killing out of this government. Some people know the truth, but they won't talk because this is their own time, according to them. They feel like it is God who is showing them love via this tenor. That is how they see everything, and that is why our own suffering would continue, because everybody see everything as as their own time, when they start benefiting from anything, even though it is coming from a bad way, they see it as something that is coming from Jah. And that is why a lot of persons are failing today, and that's the reason why Nigeria will never rise up. Although Nigeria, I'm praying for Nigeria to go up there. People that are inside this nation have drawn this nation backward. We have a lot of problem here. But them Fani Kayode and many other guys who are representing APC are there defending, even as they know that a lot of things has been happening and a lot of persons has just been buying. The only prayer that I've just been praying is for all this kind of thing to start happening to the defendants of this APC government, because they are the reason why we keep on suffering. If the defendants of this APC government come out to start telling truth to the face of the master, I think this thing that we're facing today would stop. But they will never want to do it, because if they do it, their job will fail. They prefer the job more than the lives of the people. That is why people keeps on going down here and there and day and night. But it is only Jah that is going to save us. If not, we cannot save ourselves. And the only savior we have is only this young man is coming that a lot of person is supporting, which is Obi. I don't have any much to say on all this, because a lot of you guys are not little. You guys are not shy anymore. You guys are not people that are just, be advising like children. We know what is good for us, and we know a better thing for us. So we should calm down, choose a better thing. They would, benefit every one of us at the end of the day. Did I just say thank you, everyone?